Hello, this is Rock Kaput, two Germans talking about rock and metal. And today we're talking about another band of the Big Four. It's not the Big Four of thrash metal like we did with Slayer, but the Big Four of grunge. And we're talking about Seattle legends and veterans Soundgarden today. And we're going to rank their albums, 6 studio albums. So this is going to be a little quicker than the bands we did before. And yeah, I'm Oliver, and with
I'm
me
Alex.
with me is Alex, and he's going to start. So let's go.
Okay, so yeah, this was really not that easy to rank. I think all of the albums are really good. So it's from great to really good. So it was kind of difficult, and my number six is maybe a number one for some, but for me, it's number six, and it's Louder Than Love. This is their second album. It contains some really good songs. My favorite is Loud Love. I think it's really maybe the best song on the album. But my problem with the album is Chris Cornell is screaming up a storm on this one in his higher register, and that is something I don't like as much. I like when he uses his baritone. I think he discovered this aspect of his voice a bit later in his career, and to use it properly, and you get a lot more diversity in his what he can do vocally on later albums. And that's why I never liked this album that much, because I mean its title is Louder Than Love, and it's really loud, and the vocals are really loud, and sometimes it's a bit over the top for me. So this is why this comes in last, but it's still a very good album, and I like it. Okay.
Do you want to do the next one as well? So we're gonna do
Okay.
2 albums.
Packages of two.
Yes,
Okay.
right.
So, okay. As number five, I placed King Animal, their latest effort. Still very good album. Actually, it was quite unbelievable how good it is after all those years. You almost get the impression they never were away, because they took over where they left us. I don't know how many years later was it?
I think 15 or 16
15 or
years.
something like that.
Yeah.
Very long period. It's maybe a bit of a more commercial album, but I like it very much. All their trademarks are in there. Kim Thayil's weird guitar parts, the complicated drum patterns, and they leave a beat off, and all the usual Soundgarden rhythmic trademarks. Favorite songs are Been Away Too Long. Yeah, that's probably the opener is very good, but yeah, I think the rest of the album is really very strong and solid. It's maybe less crushing than earlier albums, but a very good modern Soundgarden album. I think we couldn't expect more from the band at that time. There is so.
Okay, very
Your
good.
number six.
Yeah, first of all, well, I discovered Soundgarden probably around the time they put out Bad Motorfinger. I think many people discovered them with that record because they got a lot of airplay on MTV videos, were in heavy rotation. But I had read about them before. As soon as Louder Than Love read reviews and was wondering about that weird band name, which in the 90s wouldn't have been that weird anymore, or would have. Yeah, you got used to flowery names like that. Yeah, and I followed them throughout the 90s, but I lost a bit track when they put out their last album before they disbanded in 96 or 97. And actually, I didn't hear their comeback album before going into this exercise. So maybe my sixth placed album is a bit unfair. It's King Animal. I just don't know it that well, and to me, it's not. There are no feelings attached to it, no emotions. I didn't know anything of it. I missed it when it came out. Wasn't that interested in it back then. Um, and yeah, I couldn't put it higher because I just listened to it 2 or 3 times for this ranking. It's a good album, but it's certainly not that game changer those 90s albums were, and I think you couldn't expect it from them. Actually, I liked Audio Slave quite a lot. The band Chris Cornell was in before. They got a bit ridiculed, I think, because many people were expecting more from the union of Rage Against the Machine and Chris Cornell, and in the end, it was just a good alternative rock band, I think. Um, yeah, but I like them more and more than this album. So yeah, King Animal is my number 6, and on number 5, I've got their debut, which is Ultra Mega OK. Um, and yeah, the album is called Ultra Mega OK because the band itself thought it was only Ultra Mega OK. They thought it should have been Ultra Mega great, but they weren't that satisfied with the production. The producer was forced on them by their label SST back then, and yeah, they thought it could have been better. Still, there are some evergreens on there. The opener Flower is great. Then they have a very doomy song Beyond the Wheel, which is a bit of a Black Sabbath reminiscent. And I also like the song their bassist Hiro Yamamoto is singing. Which one is it? Is it? I forgot it. Head injury? I don't know. No, it's sorry, it's Circle of Power, I think.
Yeah.
And Mood for Trouble is a really cool song. Also like the Incessant Maze is also good. There are some throwaway fillerish instrumental tracks or short tracks I could have done without, but still, yeah, this album is interesting alone as a kind of document of music history, I think. So it comes in at number 5.
Okay. Good. So my number 4 is Ultra Mega OK as well. I've got the reissue. That's why the cover is a little bit different. But still, also, I like it a lot. And I think, yeah, you mentioned it. The band was very dissatisfied with the production. That's why they let Jack Endino, maybe the most grunge producer there is, um, work on the reissue. And I think, I don't, to be honest, I don't know the original version as well as this one, but this one sounds really good and a lot more similar to the Soundgarden we know later on. So I also like the track "Mood for Trouble" a lot. It's a very not a typical Soundgarden song. It's a direction they I think they never went back. And it's a very that's why it's a really special song, and it's really my favorite song on the album. It's a little bit poppier, moodier with a great vocal melody, and yeah, I sense some U2 vibes in this. I don't know for some reason. A little bit heavier, of course, and yeah, I like Flower. I like All Your Lies. Great lyrics and this Chris Cornell in your face delivery. Very nice. I don't like the cover Smokestack Lightning. I think they could have left that one off. But yeah, and yeah, this weird ideas like 665 and 667, these interludes, I don't know. I mean, it showcases a bit the quirky, jokiness of Soundgarden. They didn't take themselves as seriously, but yeah, it's not that great. Still, I mean, this album was nominated back then, and it was a very early grunge album, yeah,
Yeah.
along with Mother Love Bone, and this was way before Bleach of Nirvana, so very early on. So very important album also for the development of grunge. Okay, my number three is Down on the Upside, the album after their super mega seller, Super Unknown. Such albums are always difficult for bands. So, in which direction do we go? Do we deliver a second part of the same? What shall we do if we change? What does our fan base say? So, I mean, not that Soundgarden was caring about such issues as much as other bands, I would say. They had always had a very strong integrity, I would say. And so I love this album a lot. I think on some days it could even be my number one. So all the one, two, three are very close to me and maybe interchangeable. So it's very close. Yeah, I bought it back in 1996 when it came out. They opened up themselves a bit to a more poppy tunes, like Pretty News, which is great. It's very one of their very best songs in my opinion. Definitely in my top three. Also, Blow Up the Outside World and Burden in My Hand, and it was self-produced, and the production changes a lot from track to track, so it's a bit patchy. So one of this, one of this, one of this. But some of the ideas are very great. Some of them are weird. So it's maybe not that consistent, but yeah, but still very good. I like it a lot. And yeah, it was before their long break and after they delivered King Animal. Okay, back to you.
Okay, great. So my number four, we seem to have a thing going where we talk about the same album in a way, because Down on the Upside is my number four.
Mhm.
It's next to King Animal, the Soundgarden album I know the least. And yeah, everything you said is true. I mean, it's probably their most mature album, I think. But to me, it's a bit down in the ranking because I kind of miss the trademark Soundgarden sound from the albums before. It's a bit more somber and quiet, not that in your face. And I think they were struggling in which direction to go. I read that Kim Tae-il wanted to yeah, remain with the aggressive, more metal sound, while Chris Cornell wanted to do a quieter album. And yeah, I think he won the struggle, because there are a few heavier sounds on there, but the main impression I got was that this is a more yeah, quieter album. Yeah, Pretty News is a great song, although I think I got a bit tired of it during the ranking. My favorite is Blow Up the Outside World. Yeah, so this is my number four. And of course, after this album and the tour, they disbanded, were kind of burned out from touring that much and didn't know which way to go. Yeah, and it took them, yeah, 15, 16 years for the next album. My number three is Louder Than Love. And during the ranking, I thought to place it even higher, because I just like it that much. Brings me back to the time when I heard it before, and I like screamy Chris Cornell, obviously a bit more than you do. I think the first yeah, three songs are all great. Ugly Truth, Hands All Over, and Gun. Get on the Snake is also cool. Loud Love, yeah, I agree. It's probably the best song. I'm not that big of a fan of Big Dumb Sex, which was kind of yeah, another one of their jokes. They wanted to make fun of the hair metal scene with the sex lyrics. Um, the song actually is fine, but I hate the chorus. You know, this fuck 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 you. I think it's grating and a bit annoying. The joke wears thin very quickly. But all in all, this is a super influential album. It was the first grunge album that came out on a major label in 1990, and you could say it kicked off the whole thing. Um, took a while before it really got hold in the charts, but yeah, everything you liked or disliked about grunge was already there on that record, I think. So that's my number three.
Okay, we're getting to the top. So my number two is Bad Motorfinger. It was also, I believe, the album I came in. No, I think I got Super Unknown first, but the first track I heard by Soundgarden was Outshined by from this album. And I think I heard it first on the soundtrack or in the movie theater in the Brad Pitt movie California,
Mm.
if you remember that one. He was playing like a dude. I don't know, some
He was a kind of a fan of serial killers or something like that.
yeah, kind of that. I don't remember it that well, but I remember for some reason I remember that scene with that song, and it's stuck in my head ever since. And yeah, of course, it's one of the great singles of this album. Outshine, Rusty Cage, Jesus Christ, Post. The first half of the album, it's almost hit after hit after hit, and of course, Rusty Cage famously covered by Johnny Cash later on. Um,
Oh, right, I forgot about that one. You're right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and I mean, how much more do you want as a songwriter? So that was really something for them. And yeah, I like the production. I like the whole album. It's really heavy. It's much dirtier than Super Unknown. And yeah, and also Chris Cornell. um, it does a lot more different things with his vocals. He has also more parts in his baritone, which I like a lot. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I like Somewhere,
Yeah.
Drawing Flies, Holy Water. So really, really a great album, and yeah, it could
And a
also be my number one.
great album cover as well, I think.
And great album cover. Yeah, yeah. And I think it was the first one without Hero, right?
Um, yes, I think you're right.
Yeah, and the first one with Ben Shepherd.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Ben Shepherd's bass is very great. So it's really a great production and shows their uniqueness as a band, and they are kind of yeah, you can hear why they sometimes are called the Led Zeppelin of the 90s, because they have that looseness, and they have Chris Cornell as a singer and an extraordinary rhythm section with Ben Shepherd and Matt Cameron. Yeah, great album.
You're right. So you're number one?
And oh, I almost forgot. My number one is, so not really a surprise,
Big
Super
mystery.
Unknown. Their big hit album, maybe a boring number one, but I think after thinking about it a lot, I like it a little bit more than the other ones, and it's full of hits. Yeah, I mean, I love The Day I Tried to Live, Super Unknown. Of course, I still like um, um, Black Hole Sun, even though it's maybe a bit overplayed now. I like Fell on Black Days, so I really love it, and it's maybe one of the best produced rock albums of the 90s by Michael Beinhorn. It's really on the high fidelity end of things. It's really amazing. Also, Spoon Man.
Yeah.
Um, Great album. I can recommend it to anybody, but it's not as dirty as its predecessor. But yeah, if you like your song gun a bit dirtier, go to Motorfinger would be my suggestion. And for the very big sound, go to Super Unknown. I also like the album cover. I think it's great. Back to you.
Yeah. Big surprise. I've got the same records in the number 1 and 2 spots. So my number 2 is Bad Motorfinger as well. I wasn't sure at first if it comes in at 2 or 3, but in the end, yeah, it topped Louder Than Love. I think it's a bit more consistent and yeah, a bit more mature in the songwriting. You mentioned it. It kicks off really great. You didn't mention Slaves and Bulldozers, which is the
Oh,
third
yeah.
one. Is also great. Face Pollution is cool. There were actually when I hadn't listened to it in a long time, so when I got in, there were a couple of song titles I couldn't really remember, but then when I heard it, it came all back. So Face Pollution, Searching with My Good Eye Closed, Room 1,000 Years Wide, they are all great. Um, 4 songs are good, but I think there's a slight drop there to me. But maybe it's just because the other songs were so popular back then and so ubiquitous on radio and TV. Yeah, great album, topped only by Superknown number 1. I think it's Soundgarden at their most versatile, lots of different styles on it. It sold a gazillion albums in the US, and yeah, they had big hits with you mentioned Black Hole Sun. Same for me. I should probably hate by now because I listened to it so many times, but I still somehow like it. Um, and yeah, all the other songs are great as well. Fell on Black Days, Spoon Man, which is weird rhythm thing that Soundgarden does a lot of times. Funnily, you don't really realize the weird time signatures. They always seem very straight, their songs, and you have to listen closely to that. They're doing crazy stuff on there. Yeah, so great album. Total classic of the 90s, one of the high points of grunge and alternative rock, I think. And yeah, they managed to put another great album after that. And yeah, kind of sad that they didn't last that long. And of course, what happened to Chris Cornell is tragic. I was shocked when I heard it. It was in 2017 because yeah, he seemed like a superhero. I mean, he had great looks, a great voice, great career. Seemed like an all-around good guy, and yeah, that was very sad when he took his life. However, that happened. Yeah, but I think they will be remembered, and that's something that yeah, there were other bands popular back in the day for that kind of music, but I think some of them won't leave that lasting impression that or haven't left that impression that Soundgarden had. So yeah, great band, was really great to rediscover their records.
Yeah, I agree. Very good last words for this video, I would say.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, so I think that one was way shorter than the other ones. Yeah, I hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed us revisiting the catalog of Soundgarden, and I think there will be other bands from that time period and that scene coming in the months ahead. Leave your comments, tell us what your favorite records of Soundgarden are, or what kind of history you have with the band. Tell us how much our lists suck or whatever, and yeah, leave us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and I hope we'll see you soon. Bye till then. See you.
See you, and stay tuned for our top 10 Soundgarden songs coming up very soon.
Yeah, right. Bye.
Bye.